There are calls to improve the way our police forces deal with revenge porn, which is the sharing of intimate photos or videos. Last year, almost 3/4 of complaints to Avon and Somerset Police were withdrawn. In Gloucestershire, it was almost half. And in Wiltshire, nearly 1/4 of people changed their minds about pursuing charges after talking to officers. Well, our reporter, Lee Madden, has been speaking to one woman about her experience.
And my children knew about it, my family knew about it, friends in the community knew about it, and it was really hard and it was really embarrassing for me. You know what I mean? To the point where I hid away for about 6 months. I stopped eating, I stopped caring for myself.
After escaping from an unhappy relationship, Folami Prehay found out her ex-partner began sharing explicit photographs of her online.
I was adding people on Facebook that were already my friends. And I'm saying, well, I'm not. My daughter at the time wasn't my friend on Facebook, so she had a look. And I had 2 profiles, same profile picture, but one had 9 explicit pictures on it.
He also put the same images on porn websites. After going to police, her ex eventually got a 6-month suspended prison sentence, but her experience getting justice wasn't straightforward.
I went back to the police and said, well, how do I take these photographs down? They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to give me advice to take them down. It's a daunting experience because I remember going in and having, found my photographs, and then to have to show the police person my photographs, and then you know that they're looking at your photographs.
Good afternoon, Revenge Porn Helpline.
The Revenge Porn Helpline supports victims and says police could be doing more to get prosecutions.
We do know, unfortunately, that there are some forces who don't see it as a serious issue as it is, and we've certainly had cases where it's not been handled particularly well.
After making the decision to go to police last year, almost 3/4 of victims in Avon and Somerset later withdrew their complaints after talking to detectives. Despite this, the force insists they are taking the issue seriously.
People backtrack from crimes for all sorts of reasons, either through intimidation. With revenge porn, it might be the concern that there's more footage that could be released. If it's a domestic abusive relationship, it might be that they still love that person.
A specific revenge porn law was put into place 3 years ago, but some argue it doesn't go far enough. Folami has now set up her own support group, Victims of Internet Crime, and is hoping to work with police to help improve their training and make sure more victims get justice in future. Lee Madden, BBC Points West, Bristol.
Well, the MP, Maria Miller, campaigned for a change in the law on revenge porn, and I asked her why there had been so few convictions.
Well, this is still a relatively new law. It was first put in place in 2015, and there are already almost 500 cases successfully prosecuted each year, but this is only a fraction of the number of reported cases. And I do think that we need to carefully consider what more we can do to help victims really get the crime recognised and successfully taken through court.
Do you think the police themselves actually know how to deal with it?
There are clear reports of some officers really not understanding the gravity of the offence. As I say, it's a new offence, so perhaps more training is required. But also, what is clear is many victims are not willing to take forward their cases, up to 1 in 3 victims, because of the fact that they cannot have anonymity if court proceedings were to be taken forward. And that's because it's not recognised as a sex offence, which was something that I campaigned hard for when the law was first put in place in 2015.
And many of these images, once they're out there, they really are out there, aren't they? Then that's the problem.
Well, what we need to have is social media outlets taking this problem more seriously as well, that there's more rapid response to removing illegal images, and of course now they are illegal images under the law, but to make sure that more of these cases go forward to the courts. I believe the government needs to recognise the posting of revenge pornography, illegal intimate images, as a sex offence, in the same way as they will be recognising upskirting, the taking of photographs up somebody's skirt, as a sex offence, which is a new crime that the government will be bringing forward in the next few weeks.
Maria Miller, thank you.
Thank you.